Hello everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast is part of the Bostics and Rubble. This audio podcast is part of the Crispa and Beta. This audio podcast as part of the Grand Rounds, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Bostics production. So now going into looking at chronic illness as part of this audio podcast sort of chapter. So a young person living with a chronic condition can affect all aspects of life, ranging from physical to social and emotional functioning. Young people face different challenges when in chronic illnesses. However, chronic illness or illnesses can thus impact young lives and how they deal with it. Several external investigations have been utilized to understand the objective information about the extent to which young people have coped with particular chronic illnesses. So, for example, chronic kidney disease and other healthcare conditions surrounding and in addition to a varied range in markers of success, such as adaptation, and such as adaptation and being either employed or undertaking school or vocational education, etc. One investigation informs or mentions that optimistic coping style proves effective in young people with particular chronic illness or illnesses. Some of the coping strategies are utilized by young people include confrontational coping, supportive and self-reliance approaches. Young patients or recipients also face difficulties that are different from adult counterparts. Whilst there have been published and evidence works surrounding multidisciplinary approaches to support young people who suffer, they still face challenges with the varying obstacles of healthcare implications. That draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast as part of the Bostics and Rubble. This audio podcast as part of the Crispa and Beta. This audio podcast as part of the Grand Rounds. And this audio podcast as part of a Storm Bostics production.